I think I asked, you said he was not a high value man, but you're a high value woman. What makes you a high value woman?
I'm focused on my education. That's something I value. I focus on exercising. I'm nurturing, kind, loving, respectful. I'm a great sister. I'm very involved in my family. I'm religious to an extent. I don't just sleep around with whoever. I'm very selective about that. I'm careful about who I surround myself with. I don't go out often. I don't really smoke anything anymore at all. Like, I had that time period of...
When's the last time you talking about weed?
Yeah, and nicotine.
When's the last time you smoked weed?
Probably like a month ago, and I don't do it very often, is what I'm saying.
When's the last time you smoked nicotine?
Like a month, too.
I mean, that's not a very long track record.
But I'm also 20 years old, so you know what I mean? Like,
your age, I mean, I don't think your age is...
No, I'm just talking about, like, you know, a high-value woman is not going to be like a 16-year-old girl. Like, I'm on the path to get there, and some of my characteristics embody that, and I want to continue working towards that because I think...
Do you party on the weekends?
I haven't been lately. The only time I'm going to be partying this month is like after finals.
When's the last time you went out and partied on the weekend?
During Thanksgiving. That's different if it's holidays, but like most people here in Santa Barbara have to go out like once a week.
So
but I haven't been.
Thanksgiving was 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. And I just went out because that was like a holiday and everyone was back from home. Before that
Halloween and then...
Yeah, stuff like that.
And then what about before that?
Well, I don't really remember. But it was not often.
Because you were blacked out drunk?
No, it just hasn't been that often, but I think...
High value women don't go out to bars and clubs and parties and get shit-faced and drunk and tanked, but it's not clear to me if you do, but...
That's why I'm saying, like, I'm not trying to as much, and when I do it, it's kind of to celebrate with my friends, like, we finished the quarter, just to go out with, like, my girls. It's very interesting because men always think that women go out to go sleep with like men, but the thing is that's some great projection. And I recently talked to some guy friends and we were just having conversations like this, trying to educate each other, and they were saying 9 times out of 10 when a man goes out, he goes out with an intention of ultimately sleeping with a woman that night. But I was talking about when us women do, I'm sure some of us do it with the intention of sleeping with a man. But a lot of the time we're doing it just to celebrate, have fun, like be a girl, literally just dance with our friends and make fun, heartfelt memories. I'm not saying some don't go out with that intention of sleeping with someone, but the intentions, the majority of the time, don't line up.
I'm curious, and Q, I think you probably have something to weigh in on that, but if you're just trying to have fun, why not just have a night in with your female friends, put on some music, get some alcohol, and drink in your house? Why the need to go to very specific social gathering venues where the drinks are really expensive, people are drunk and obnoxious, there's strangers there, it's sometimes unsafe, it's sometimes dangerous, the music is perhaps too loud, that you don't get to pick the music that you want. I'm just curious, like, what is the purpose of going to, say, a bar or a nightclub or a party?
I think Courtney has something to say before I do.
Well, because it's like a big playground. Everyone's drunk, running around, stupid. It's fun. It's not always the intention of hooking up with someone, and it doesn't have to be, but some people have that intention, and that's okay.
And I think
you guys can dance around it all you want.
Like, it's kind of the atmosphere,
you guys can dance around it all you want, but the reality is, like, people go to these very specific social gatherings for the potential opportunity of meeting a new person.
Some people...
I think sometimes
women like to dance around this, but the reality is, like, you're going out and, like, you want to meet a guy at these parties.
No.
Yes, you do.
It's not all the time.
Not always. Sometimes you're in the mood.
For example, we go out.
Then why not just stay in? I don't get it.
Well, because the atmosphere.
Can you...
The lights.
No.
The
lights?
The loudness.
Oh, like, the lights. There's fun.
Yeah, the dark. Like, it's fun.
What's fun?
And you can't always have that loud of music in your house.
Go to your girlfriend's house.
Brian.
Turn the lights off. Get a laser pointer. Chase it around the ground like a fucking cat.
When we go out together and, like, the places we go out to, we don't pay for drinks because we
You
have
don't.
like
It's
connections and we have promoters.
Female privilege.
Yes, it's female privilege, and you're fucking projecting because you're mad that you're not a woman.
And
you're
that's
mad that
okay.
you
No,
have
I'm not
expensive-ass
mad.
drinks.
I don't go to. I don't
We
like.
are treated
I don't
like
go to.
princesses where we go, and we are
That's very
respected.
privileged,
People
female
don't
privilege.
look at us. Maybe they want to sleep with us, but they don't act like that. They respect us and they treat us like princesses.
Really,
And
the guys
we
respect you at Isla Vista parties?
They're professional.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's not in Isla Vista. This
Oh,
isn't. I'm
excuse me.
talking
You go
about,
to the
like,
the upscale, luxurious Santa Barbara college parties.
No. We drive. We go places. We go to
We
like
do. We have our
West
places.
Hollywood in LA.
Oh, you guys have fake IDs.
Mm,
We sure do.
The age of entry for establishments that serve alcohol is 21. You guys are 20 and 20. Okay, so you have fake IDs. Cool.
I mean, isn't that known? Like, isn't that like a
Yeah, it's
obvious
common,
thing?
but-
Like,
I
it's
mean,
okay. We're gonna be 21 in
doesn't?
2 months. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Whatever. I don't care.
Nikki, what do
Literally.
you bring to the table though? Because you say you're like a high value woman and things like that, and what
Yes.
makes you a high value woman? You're
Yes.
going towards your education, you're religious, you're focusing on your fitness, but like that's such basic shit that any woman could do.
Also, I'd point
So-
out you mentioned like you're pursuing
I
your
don't
education.
think it's such basic shit that any woman can do. To be honest,
to
I
go
think
to college.
it takes.
That's like the most basic thing.
Like go to
anybody
college,
can do.
go to the
But
gym,
do you
be
have, like-
religious.
We've like subsidized people that shouldn't be going to college, but okay. No, I'm not speaking about you. I'm just saying like there's a large cohort of people. That's why college prices are so expensive, because the government is basically co-signing on these irresponsible 18-year-olds taking out 5 to 6 figures of student loans that they have no chance of repaying when they're pursuing their feminist studies and bullshit with other degrees.
Do you
Anyway,
have
sorry, I'm
like life
not a fan of
experience? Do you know
college.
how to change a tire?
No, I don't know how to change a tire, but that's where men and women differ.
So if you get stranded on the side of the road, you're not going to be able to change your tire.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
so does that
That's
mean she's a
something-
low value person?
No, I'm just
like
saying
that doesn't
there's
define
a lot
anyone.
of like more
But I
things
think
that you
that's
can
why
learn
it's
too and
important for
grow
there
on.
to be like a great line between feminine and masculine roles. I'm a woman. Like I'm not. So all those things that you're saying, like yes, those are like feminine traits that make a high value woman. Changing a tire isn't one of those because I need like a man to do that.
Maybe to you. Some guys might think a chick changing the tire is hot as
Exactly,
shit.
yeah.
Wait,
Exactly.
Q, did you have something on the whole club
Yeah,
bar
feminine
party
man.
thing?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
Feminine.
was gonna say. It's essentially for validation. That's what it is. Everything else is rationalizations. It's essentially for validation. When you said the free drinks, it's the acknowledgement, it's the rewards, it's guys basically seeing you being seen, you being given things to, free gifts. It's the opportunity to be in an atmosphere where you feel like you're valued, you mean something. And what comes out of that often is, if it's a club with a VIP section, if there's guys in there who are high status, they the top guys, you get invited into their VIP section, you get special acknowledgement, you get special privilege. You're essentially advertising yourself. That's what you're doing. Whether you want to agree with it or not, whether you believe it or not, you are essentially putting yourself in a dating scene, because that's why men go to clubs. That's why men party. They know women are going to be there. That's why y'all get in free. That's an offering to the men. It's like, you guys show up, you guys got to pay what you got to pay, but the ladies that y'all are going to essentially be able to choose from, especially if you're a guy with money, you got a club section, you VIP, these are the women that we're bringing. So we bring women in free, y'all pick the women that y'all want to choose from. And that's essentially what it is. It's an advertisement, it's an opportunity for validation, and it's essentially being you served to men on a platter if they want that from you. That's
Yes,
Wait,
essentially what it boils
I
down
You
to.
don't just, and one thing, and I'll let you respond to him. You say that you don't party a lot, but you have found it necessary to get a fake ID so that you can party?
But I told you I'm still young, so I'm still working towards
But like
that.
you
And this
said,
is
you don't
something-
party a lot.
But that's something
like,
I recently started doing
why
the
the
past
need-
months. I had that since the end of my senior year of high school, Brian.
So you've been partying.
I'm a junior at UCSB. I went through
that's
those
fine.
phases, but in any point in anyone's life, you're constantly being educated on new things. So I'm constantly growing as a person, and I'm going to be learning more and more as I go. And that's something I've recently started to value. You know, everyone kind of goes crazy like their freshman year of college, for example, I think, or at some point or another. So that's at the point I am.
Well,
with
let
my
me just
life. Yeah.
And I know you wanted to respond to Q.
Oh,
I would
yes,
just
I
say,
do.
like, gentlemen, do not date current or former party girls, girls who go to bars, clubs, etc.